Hi, this is Owen. There's probably nothing worse than feeling really depleted in energy, feeling really exhausted, fatigued, tired. It just ruins everything. It stops you from being able to do anything new. It stops you from being able to do anything interesting. It just means that you're struggling just to get through the day. I really know how this feels like for most of my life, including most of my childhood. I was exhausted most of the time. I found it really hard to even do the basic things of life, let alone going out there and trying to do something interesting or make something of myself. If you understand what I'm talking about, if you struggle just to get out of bed, or if you struggle to go to sleep, which is another really important thing, because the more exhausted you are, the harder it is to actually sleep, and then you're just caught in this nightmare, a cycle of not being able to rest, not being able to recuperate, and then not being able to get up either. If you're in that cycle and you feel me and you know what I'm talking about, then I've got some great news for you. I've got a tip here for you, which is going to help you to really feel a lot better, give you an instant boost of energy, and do so without draining you, making you feel more drained later on. So this is how to get energy naturally, not by some artificial way, not like a coffee or a drug or anything like that, but get some real core energy into you rather than draining you even more, so you can get on with your day, feel good, and really start to live. Probably the most important nutrient of all when it comes to overcoming exhaustion and increasing your level of energy is magnesium. Now, magnesium is a mineral, and it's a mineral which we as a Western society are chronically deficient in. Around 80% of people in the US, for instance, are chronically depleted in magnesium. So, why is magnesium so important for exhaustion? Because it's responsible for over 200 energetic enzyme processes in the body. So basically what that means is if you want to have ATP, which is energy, if you want to have the energy to do things, you need to have ATP. And if you want to have ATP, you need to have magnesium. And yet we are, as a society, chronically depleted in magnesium. This, in my opinion, is why coffee bars are proliferating in our society and why stimulant use is just growing and growing and growing, because we are so low in totally natural energy. Why are we so low in magnesium? There's a variety of reasons. It's partly because we're not eating well, but even if we do eat well, a lot of the time our soil is so depleted in minerals compared to what it used to be 100 years ago for most of our history as a human species, that we're still not going to get enough magnesium, even if we are eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and even if we think we're on a healthy diet. So what do? Ideally, we need to either get some superfoods, which are really high in magnesium, or we need to supplement. And in my opinion, supplementing is definitely preferential, because when we get to the state of being really chronically depleted in magnesium, and that's the state basically which I would call exhaustion or fatigue, then we need to build up our levels to a very, very large degree. Now, the interesting thing about magnesium is the lower you are in magnesium, the more that your body excretes it. And the more that your body excretes it, the more that you have problems taking up magnesium. So it's kind of a little bit of a vicious circle. The less you have, the less you can get from food. So the only way to really break this vicious cycle is to get some into you. Now, I don't believe in traditional mineral supplements like pills and tablets that you get in most health food shops. I think we really need to go a lot better than that. So what I recommend is magnesium oil. Now, it's called that, but actually it's kind of a water. And what that contains is something called magnesium hexahydrate. And what that does is you get it in a spray bottle and you spray it onto your skin. Certain points are best, like the hips, the feet, underneath the knees, and you rub it in and it gets absorbed through your skin directly into your bloodstream. Because like I was saying, often absorbing it via digestion gets more difficult the more depleted you are in it. So just to sidestep that whole issue, if you use magnesium oil, it just gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream, and your body can straight away start using it and start creating more energy with it. So that's why I highly recommend magnesium oil, and you'll find that there's a difference, and a noticeable difference with it, very quickly. So I really hope that you found that helpful. And the next thing I'd really like you to do for me is to imagine. Imagine what it'd be like to no longer be exhausted, to no longer feel tired, to no longer feel drained, to no longer feel stressed, to no longer feel pain in your joints, to no longer feel brain fog. Imagine what it's like to be free of all those symptoms and just to have an abundance of energy. An abundance of energy to do what you need to do, an abundance of energy to do what you have to do, and an abundance of energy to do what you want to do. I want you to imagine that you have all the energy you need to really fulfill your purpose for actually being here in the first place, because that's what life's really about, right? Now, I want to help you with that. I want you to go to my site, www.easyexhaustingcure.com, and I want to give you my free special report called Revealed: 5 natural remedies that will massively reduce your exhaustion and increase your energy immediately. So go to my site now, www.easyexhaustingcure.com, and all you've got to do is put down your name and email address, and I will send you my free report immediately. I look forward to seeing you there.